We are now joined by Faisel Rahman. Mr. Rahman is founder and managing director of Fair Finance, a company focusing on accessibility of finance for everyone. Thank you for joining us at this year's Gallen Symposium.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. If I may start with the first question. Why is Fair Finance, your company, and financial accessibility important?
It seems weird to talk about access and finance in the UK. I mean, if you think about the United Kingdom, you think of banks, credit cards, you think about over-inclusion rather than exclusion. But I think one of the things that people don't realise that in the United Kingdom right now, we have 5 million people who borrow from a guy who comes to your house to lend you money. And we have 2 million people borrowing from companies that charge you in excess of 1,000% APR, totally legally and legitimately. In many ways, we have an industry that we call the subprime lending industry that takes advantage of people who are unable to access mainstream finance. It's fascinating for me because this is exactly the same problem that many poorer countries in the world are dealing with. But in those countries, they're called illegal money lenders. But in England, we have legalized them.
Okay, thank you. And by founding your company, how has being small or proudly small rewarded you personally and while founding Fair Finance?
Well, I think what I would say for Fair Finance first is we are small, but our ambition is to be big and small at the same time. So we have an ambition to scale and achieve systemic change in the problem. But what we've understood is one of the reasons why we work is because people think that we're local. People believe that we're in their community. People know that they can trust us. And by making that human, personal, local connection, our business is successful. And if we can scale that part of what is important about being small, then I think we can be successful when we're bigger. For me personally, I enjoy doing everything. I enjoy doing absolutely everything from meeting clients, working with clients, training people, engaging with staff, fundraising, building a business, working things from the ground upwards to understand the impact of that activity. And so working in a small organization, you can be guaranteed you'll be doing a different job every single day, and you'll be doing something exciting that makes a difference.
Great. I think the last question will follow up on that pretty nicely. Why is it important for you and your company to start as a startup instead of trying to achieve your goals with the help of, for example, a large bank, a large corporation?
For many years I thought that the work I was doing was a project. If I could show you how big the problem was, somebody would fix it. If I could tell a bank how big the scale of exclusion in the United Kingdom was, they would do something about it. And maybe they would ask me to come and do something with them about it. But what I discovered is that actually there's an industry or there's a way of dealing with this problem. And that way happens to be charging very poor people very high rates of interest. And until somebody believes you can do it differently, there's no reason to do it differently because you can make a lot of money doing it the same way. And so if you want to be disruptive, if you want to prove that there's a different way of doing something, you have to do it, and you have to scale it, and you have to make it big and important enough to be relevant, but small and local enough to have an impact.
Mr. Rahman, thank you very much. Enjoy your time at the 45th Gallen Symposium.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
Thank you.